If someone fills out a form on your site and all they get is thanks for submitting, you've already lost. Speed to lead is real, and I'm going to show you how to fix that with HighLevel in under 10 minutes. Hey guys, I'm Thomas Keenan. I'm a user of HighLevel. I'm in that software, that solution each and every day. And as a consumer, one of the main things that I can't stand when I go to someone's website to buy something from them, I fill out a form on their website. I don't get any instantaneous confirmation email, SMS, no, hey, thanks, we got your info, someone's on it. Expect to hear from someone on our team within the next 24 hours. If I don't get that, it almost makes me feel as if I'm just another number and I'm potentially not going to have my lead serviced in a reasonable amount of time. So those of you who've bought things from online websites and other companies, you've probably experienced something like this. So today, we're going to climb into HighLevel, and I'm going to show you some of the cool things that we can build very rapidly, very quickly, integrate into your website, build a form, and fix this so we begin to take action on these leads in a more proactive manner than just letting someone sit there in this holding tank, and hopefully someone from our team is going to reach out to them ASAP. So let's dive in. All right, so as you can see here on the thomaskeenan.com website, real basic site here, but this is for demo purposes, right? Showing you here, there's a contact button like most websites. You can click this. It brings us down to the contact us form. This is a HighLevel built website with a HighLevel built form embedded into it. Now, regardless where your website is hosted, what tool you're using, you can always embed a HighLevel website form into your existing website if you don't want to move your website over to HighLevel, which oftentimes is the case. But let's just show what happens when you fill out this form here. Submit. All right, we got your form submission, which is fantastic. So this just tripped off the workflow that I've got built here. What's going to happen here in a moment is we are going to receive an email at this inbox. Okay, so here's the email that we received after filling out that form. So, basically we got your information. You're probably looking out for a couple things. Either way, you're in the right place. If you want to move forward, you can reply to this email, which will come directly into the HighLevel inbox, or they can click this link right here, which allows them to book a right through my calendar link, which is also a HighLevel feature. A little bit of copy here. There's an unsubscribe link. It is a plain Jane email, no fanciness whatsoever, because I find that these get better open rates than the fancy ones. So next here is, all right, how do we build this? How do we build the form? How do we find the code to embed the form? And then how do we build the automation behind here that sends this confirmation email off instantaneously? A couple other things to keep in mind. When this form is submitted, it also adds this new lead as a contact or as a lead to the opportunity board. Okay, so we're going to basically show you a quick opportunity board and how to build that in here, as well as how to build the form and then how to build the automated workflow that ties all of this together and enhances your speed to lead. Okay, first things first, let's head over to opportunities, and we are going to go to pipelines, and we are going to create pipeline, and we're going to call this website leads. And for time's sake, I'm going to leave these 4 stages in here as is. Click create. That's how fast we have a sales process and a sales pipeline built. So here you can see on the opportunity board, we have new lead, contacted, proposal sent, closed. When that form gets filled out, we want this person to populate as a new lead on the board. And we're going to show you how to do that here as well. So now that we have the opportunity pipeline in place, next step is to head over to sites. Then we're going to head over to forms, and we are going to create new. The next step here is we're going to relabel this form. We're going to call it website contact us. First thing there is we're going to hit save. And as you can see, all the basic fields are here. First name, last name, phone number, email. And then we have the check boxes here. This is basically getting your compliance in line for A2P so you can send text messages from HighLevel. That stuff needs to be in place. It's a non-negotiable, unfortunately. One thing I like to do here is if you notice phone and email come out of the box as required fields, I like to make first name and last name required fields. If we're going to stay within the A2P compliance, we need to take off the requirement for the phone number. Next thing I like to do here is we're going to find captcha. There it is, captcha. We're going to add this field here and hit save on that. And that's going to help us cut down on spam form submissions, so we're not getting junk leads into the system. The next thing we're going to do here is I created a custom field, which I have other videos on custom fields. You can take a look at those. We can drop the link down here in a bit. This one here is called message. Drag and drop message over here, and we're going to make message required. And we're going to add a short little label here that says, please tell us how we can help you. We're basically asking them to give us a bit more information here so we understand what we're getting into, what the conversation needs to be around. We can always build a lengthy form that has all of these, questions built in and conditional logic. The problem with that is, especially from a website perspective or a lead capture form, we want those as short as possible. So in some instances, you may even only want to connect first name and email. Depends upon what you're collecting. If you're only adding someone to your email list, keep it short and sweet and simple. First name, email, and be done with it. All right, next things here, we're going to hit save. Then we're going to check the settings in the back end. So when this form is completed, this right here is a generic message that comes out of here. We can go ahead and change it. We can leave it as is, which is pretty cool. You can also redirect them to a different page. So if you have a specific thank you page on your website already, you can point them to that page by coming here and selecting redirect to URL and then putting in the URL to your thank you page. We're going to leave this as is for now because it's going to function just fine. All right, and right now, if we come back to here, we can also see that the submit button is green, which is fine. So let's say we wanted to change this, instead of saying button to submit, we can. And we always have the ability to change the colors, the font, all that stuff here for these things. So you can really fine tune and dial this in to match your existing brand, match your existing forms that are on your website as well. So next thing here, we're going to hit the integrate button. And you got a couple of choices. This right here, the share button, let's click this here for a minute. This share button here just brings us to the actual HighLevel hosted form itself, which all their forms can be hosted standalone, or they can be embedded or integrated into any website. So this form right now will work if we do test it, but you can get a really good layout of what it looks like and how it should fit and feel when it's all said and done. Next, let's go back here. The other thing we have here is the embed code. So where do you want this form to be? A pop-up, an inline, side? There's all sorts of things here in settings you can go with. The settings out of the box without changing anything is exactly what you want if you're going to embed this into your own website. You simply hit copy embed code here, and this code is simply, it's HTML code or CSS, whatever it might be, that gets embedded into your site, and this form just populates there perfectly every single time. And then you give this to your web design team. If you have the backend access to your website, you can easily go in and edit yourself. If it's a high-level website that you're building, there's actually a form widget that you drag and drop over. And then from a drop-down, you just select the correct form, which is the easiest way possible. All right, now that we have a form built, let's back out of here. And we're going to go over to automations. This is my favorite part. I like building the automations. First thing, we're going to retitle this. We're going to call it website contact us form right there. All right, great. Hit save. And the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to add a trigger. So what's going to fire off this automation, this workflow? The trigger we're going to choose is to select form submitted. So click on add a new trigger. As you can see, form submitted is right here at the top. It's a very frequently used one. Filters, form is, and website contact us. Great. And I like to update the trigger name here. So let's call this website. Okay, hit save trigger. We have the trigger set up on the workflow. And the next thing here is to go into what happens once that trigger button is smashed. So first things first, best practices. I like tags. Tags are everything to me. We're going to create a tag here and we're going to call it website contact us form submitted new lead. Add new tag. All right, so now that we have the tag built, we're going to do a couple other things here. I like to add a note. So we can come in here and create a custom note, add to notes. So, all right, we're going to basically just call this note the note, and this is going to be a new website contact us form submitted. And from here, we can merge in contact full name. So that'll put in the first and last name. And you have this information already in their contact field, so you really don't need it. I'm just showing you what we can do with these merge fields here. And the next thing here is one of my favorites is I like to put here message. And when they leave a message, we can even bake that message right here into this. So message body, let's go with contact, custom fields right here, message. That's the one we want right there. Okay, so this will put in their first and last name. This will put in their email and their phone. And we basically hit save action, save there again. Next here is we like to add them to the opportunity. So right here, create opportunity. In pipeline, website leads, new lead is the stage we want them in. Okay, so we have opportunity name in here. Basically, this merges in their first and last name. And the next it says website lead. We're going to move the status right here to open. Opportunity value, I'm going to leave it blank because we don't know what the value is because we haven't had a conversation with this person yet. Next thing here, save action, save again. So we're updating this opportunity. All right, so next here, we're going to send an internal notification. And we have a couple choices. We've got email, SMS, or internal notification. I personally like the SMS. We also use a lot of Slack integrations here too. There is a built-in feature. You can send messages directly to a Slack channel or an individual, which is great. But for now, we're going to use email here. The from name is going to be account name and then account email. And we're going to send this to all users. And then we are going to craft this. We got one. Okay. And then we're going to merge in that person's name at the end, contact, full name. Every time one of these emails gets sent over, it's going to have its own unique subject line, and you're not going to get that long appending list of emails back and forth. Okay, next on the list here, we are going to craft the actual email that we're going to send internally to our team. So let's head over to ChatGPT and get this message crafted. All right, Sage, I need your help crafting an internal email to be sent to my team upon receiving a new website lead. All right, cool. Let's just grab this copy. We will paste this in. All right, so that's the message as it gets sent out to the team. We're gonna hit save action, hit save there. And last but not least, we're going to then send an email to the lead, letting them know we got their contact information. This is the spot here also where if you wanted to send an SMS or a ringless voicemail, you could do those things as well, which is a cool feature. This is going to come from location name. This will be location email. Okay, subject. I want to put the first name in here. Same thing here. We want this to be a little personal, help with the open rates. Let's head back over to ChatGPT and craft this email. Sage, I need your help crafting an email to visitors of the Thomas Keenan website. When they fill out the form, this is the confirmation email that they're going to get. I want some language in there that basically says, hey, we got your information. Appreciate you taking the time for filling out this form. Just letting you know that our team is on it and someone from our team will reach out to you within the next 24 hours. This can obviously be expanded upon and you can do more with it. Let's go ahead and drop that email. So that's one of my calendar links right there. And that's a legit calendar link. So we come up here and we're going to hit the link and we will put it right there. And we want this to open in a new window, click save. Boom, there's a calendar link baked into that email. Hit save action. Now hit save up here. Let's check the flow one more time. Form comes in from a trigger. What triggers this? They get tagged, note, go to the opportunity board, internal notification, and then we get an email here. So let's move this to published. Let's hit this over to save. Next, we got to test this bad boy out. Okay, so here we are on the form itself right now. We're going to basically drop some information in here. I'm going to make sure the automation works. All right, so there's the confirmation message right there. Now let's head back over to the CRM. Let's head over to contacts. All right, here we go. We can see there's one contact in the system because this is a dummy account and this is the only one that was just created. My first name, my phone number, my email, and then we have the tag here. I already know that this workflow is working based upon the information I see here. If we climb into the contact record itself, we can also come in here and take a look and look under the automation and we can see this contact went through this workflow, which is great. And obviously this tag is applied. So if we head over to opportunities, we're also going to see that the lead here is on the board itself, which is fantastic. So now the sales process takes off. Your team comes here, they work the deal, they work the lead, they update things. Maybe they have a sales call, you update the opportunity value. This is $1,000 deal, assign an actual owner when the time is right, and hit update. Next thing to check here is this. We've got right here, we got a reply. We got this email that was kicked out, so that's great. And we should also have an internal message that came into the team. But since there's no team actually set up in there, that message didn't come over because I don't have myself added as an actual user in the account. All right, folks, so you saw what we did here. It took us a couple minutes to basically build this form and get everything in there as needed. Really not complex, not a hard thing to do, but this is one of the things right here that's going to help you convert more leads into paying clients because you're focusing on that speed to lead. My name's Thomas Keenan. If you got some value from today's video, do me a favor and click below, hit that subscribe button. We're really trying to bulk things up here and help as many people as possible with some of the basics in back-end business automation.